Okay, what happened just now, I just crashed. I crashed on the Genius 740, and my main bike I've been riding is 710, and make me think it's been a while since I made any video for my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna talk about the differences between the 740 and 710 Geniuses. You can see that turn of the trail, and you see as I was coming into the corner, you already can see the marks from my tires, and right in the middle of the turn my rear and front tires start losing the grip, and this is the area where I crashed. Now this is the Genius 740 2016 Scott. I bought this bike before I bought my 710. I ridden a couple times, and reason why I'm riding today is because there's a segment when I was king of the mountain, and this guy Zach came and crushed me badly by 14 seconds on the 8-minute and change segment. So today for the change I decided to take a 740 instead of 710, and maybe next video I'll show you my 710, the setup I'm running. But let's talk about 740. 740 comes stock from the box with the rocket run in the top tires in the back, and newbie Nick in the front. They're not Evo series, they're just the cheaper tires. What I have here, it's the Evo, and you can see it, and this is the tires from my 710. I changed that. So this is a fast rolling tires, and grippier tires in the front, and that's what I thought. I'm gonna win those seconds on the fast rolling tires, but when I got used to running on hands dump, really grippy tires, that's the penalty I just had, and I crashed. I got a little bruise here, a little bit on my leg, but it's all right. Back to the bike. What I have changed on this right away, it's the wheels. I have a Syncros TR 2.0, which is a DT Swiss wheel. Syncros not really advertising this whole lot, but this is a way better wheels. They roll way better over the Shimano Dior wheels that you have. So this is a DT Swiss wheels, and you can see they pretty loud, which is not a lot of people like, but it's okay. Second thing I have upgraded on my 740, it's the one that come with the Dior. I upgraded to SLX. They both 180 mil, gives me a way better stopping power over the stock, the way they come. Also, I have upgraded to the metal pads with the cooling things. You can see right there. Also, it's better in my opinion. And last thing I have upgraded on this bike, it's the derailleur. Now I have a derailleur with the clutch. It's a 10-speed. Oh, matter of fact, I forgot to mention one more thing. I have changed the front chain ring to a smaller one. This is a 34, and this is the race face 775 T6. That's the part number, and I felt like 38, or yeah, I believe it was 38 factory. It was too large, and 34 is just perfect. As far as geometry, between 710 and 740, there's no difference. One, and especially I can compare both bikes. Well, they're all on the same wheels but different tires. They do ride very the same. The difference is no dropper post, and 740 has 2x10 over my 710. Genius 710 has 1x11. Which one I prefer more, I can't really tell you, because riding on the cross-country trails like this, where there's not much of the climbing I'm doing, both of the bikes handle perfectly fine, and I can't really tell the difference. This is it. This is how the bike is set up, and this bike is currently for sale because I'm running right after I bought this. For those who following my channel, you can see that maybe within 3 weeks after I bought this bike, I bought a 710, and I thought there's gonna be a way greater differences between the bikes, but as of right now I can't really tell much of the differences, and there was probably unnecessarily expense that I had buying the 710, because 740 is a very perfectly capable bike. Another thing I want to add to it, believe it or not, some of you will make fun of me, but once again, I've been telling to the guys I've been riding with, I like the SLX brakes better over the XT. And I have to report maybe in another video, the XT, it's a newer type, and this is the SLX brakes I have. Sorry, let me okay, it's the MM675. Okay, for some reason I feel a better modulation, I feel a better stopping power, and with the SLX rotors, which is on my XT I'm running the iStack XT rotors, but still for some reason I don't know, it's just me, or maybe there's some other people gonna say that it is true. So if you have a 740 and maybe you're thinking about upgrading to the XT brakes to make it look a little cooler, I wouldn't do that. Just run with the brakes you have. Shifters, also can tell really difference between the XT shifters and these Diors they have on the 740. Another thing I like about this bike, it's the suspension. It has a Fox 32, which is Performance Series Feet 4, and my 710 has Fox 34. The main difference, and I'm not a big expert here yet, but the main difference right in both bikes I can tell right away. I like the lockout on the Fox 32 way better than 34. I went back to my local bicycle shop, talked to the Scott dealer, and I told them, listen, and they just explained me the 34, it doesn't have as much as firm lockout as 32. It does lock, but for some reason Fox 32 locks the front fork a whole lot better than my 34. And I did try another bike and it was the same thing. So yeah, that's running for the cross country. I like the Fox 32 better over the 34. So there is some advantages of the 740 over 710. And the price difference between the bikes, if we're going to talk the MSRPs, this is a $3,000 bike, and 710, Genius 710, it's the $5,400 bike. But for the cross-country use, I would recommend sticking with the 740 for sure, because it's not necessarily to spend additional $2,400 for the 710. And if you have a 740, what I would recommend, and it's gonna improve your ride, and most likely you have a 740 because that's why you're watching this video, or maybe potentially looking to buy one. But one thing, and they do match to the color of the bike, you can see it's the wheels. The wheels, they give you the okay wheels, but I hate Shimano hubs. It's not a industrial bearing or seal bearings. So look on the internet for the deal on these wheels, because lots of guys who bought 710 or 700, they upgrade to the carbon wheels and they put them for sale, and you can get these wheels literally next to nothing. And not a lot of people know that this is the GT Swiss hubs, and it's going to improve the ride of your bike tremendously. It just what a difference it made. So number one thing I would do. Lastly, before I finish this video, the nice thing about this bike, that it's already routed for the internal dropper post, so you don't have to run your cable on outside, and also have that option. You can run it on outside, or you can run it through inside, and there is a plug underneath of the bike. So it's a very nice machine, and it's very capable. uh, I had a Spark, Scott Spark, before that bike, and for those who follow on the channel, you can see some of the upgrades I did on that bike. At first I felt the Scott Spark was much more agile because center of gravity is lower, because lower, it's a cross-country bike and had a shorter travel. But after a while getting used to the bike, I already know how it's going to handle, so you compensate that. So overall, I say I even like this Genius over the Spark now better. But the only reason is I crushed today, it's because totally different tires. It's much more fast rolling tires than grippy tires, and that's what I totally forgot, and I was all going fast after the segment and now making the video here. All right, if you have any questions, comment and subscribe.